everybody, welcome to another episode of Movers and Shakers of Paarl. I'm actually thrilled and super excited to have my guest here. He's born and bred in Paarl and he's here all the way from Congo. And I'm sure he doesn't need any introduction to the community of Paarl. He is a reverend and also he works for Home Affairs at the Kinshasa Consulate, and he is the Vice Consul. And of course, I'm talking to Chris Samaai. And I think I have to tell Chris personally, thank you. He organized a surprise appreciation ceremony for me 2 weeks ago. And they really got me. Normally I'm good with surprises, but they kept that secret very, very good with my family. So, Chris, Mr. Samaai, Reverend Samaai, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so what brings you to Paarl?
Paarl, I came, Paarl is home, so I'm on holiday. I come every 6 months. The department allows us to travel, so this was one of my travels, and I also attended our church conference last week. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So are you finding, Paarl, you miss it when you're in Congo?
Definitely, but actually when I left, I thought that I'm going very far. And only now to realize that I'm just a flight away. So I was here last in August. So
okay.
But Congo is now second home.
Yeah. So you've got a very interesting story. When I did my post previously, I did some of the research, and I mean, you started as a teller at Home Affairs in Dal Josephat, and I mean, a decade later, 15 years, you are the Vice Consul of South Africa in Congo. I mean, that's a decent story. Tell me a bit about your starting childhood. How did it get that you in Home Affairs?
I started at Home Affairs immediately after school.
Okay, which primary school?
No.
Or which primary school did you go to?
Okay, I went to Nederburg Primary School in Lantana,
right,
and to Klein Nederburg Secondary
okay,
at the old school, and then we moved. We were the first matriculants at the new school, at the new building,
nice.
and
okay.
Klein Nederburg. And then at a very young age, after matric, I got the job at the Department of Home Affairs, and then I had to work my way up. I worked in Paarl office for quite some years. Thereafter, I moved to Cape Town office. I was in immigration, and then after that, into Cape Town administration and finance. Then to Wynberg office. Wow. After Wynberg office, I was sent to head Mitchell's Plain office for a year and a half, and then back to Wynberg office, and then I got I was selected amongst a few out of the country to go for training, and then I was deployed to Congo. Yeah.
So how long are you in Congo?
The deployment is a 4 years deployment.
Okay.
I have just finished 1 year now.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I started last year in the 1st of October then.
Okay, cool. So paint me a picture of Congo. I've never been there, so
when I first arrived in Congo at the airport, I told myself, is this really a place that I'm going to work? But after a year, I got used to it. Congo made me realize how lucky we are at this side of the world. If I see how our people protest against service delivery, I mean, there is nothing. There is no infrastructure. I arrived in Congo at a very tense period in the country, where it was just before the elections, and it was their first actual democratic elections in December. So people were flocking out of the country because they were not sure what is going to happen. But fortunately, everything went very smooth. The new government in Congo have a lot of work to do because the country is actually very far behind. As I say, infrastructure, streets. Sometimes you open the tap, then the water that comes out there is black. We do everything with bottled water.
Wow.
Even brushing your teeth now, imagine the person that cannot afford must drink that contaminated water.
Wow. So tell me, what are the highlights of your career? Give me a few highlights.
My career highlights, I would say, I've started, as I said, I started very young. I started as a child, I started working. Uh, that was in 1992. Just the year after that, we started with the first ID campaign for the 94
Yeah.
election. So,
Yeah.
so I started with all the elections. I had an opportunity throughout my career of 27 years
Yeah.
to train people. Some of the officials that I've worked with, that I've trained, have become office managers. So if you look back, then it's actually with pride. I believe in when you move up, you take people with you. I also had the opportunity to work in the department under the employee wellness, who deals with the needs of the employees itself, and I really enjoyed myself there. I was the provincial representative of wellness. Um, Going through different offices, and where there was challenges at some office. So I believe I could also made some contribution in the change of the mindsets of people. Yeah.
So what is it? So if I look at your profile, you are very. It looks like you're someone that's very involved in type of community. What is it that you? What's this thing that giving back to the community?
My passion is people. So before I've entered the ministry, I always had people at heart. So I believe we are where we are. We ought to make a difference. So I was involved in youths in the community in Paarl. I was involved, as I said, at work, at apart from my work at employee wellness, in my different ministries, different churches that I've served. I've served first for 3 years in Namakwaland in Lutzville. I was immediately involved in that community. After that, I was at Parkwood for 5 years. I was involved in the community against gangsterism and violence. So I believe wherever I come, I must sit foot down and be part of what is happening there. Even now, in where I am in Congo, I found now church. I joined up with a church there, and immediately
Involved.
I'm involved there.
Okay, great. So tell me a bit about your reverend journey. So when did we start? How far are we? What are you studying? Theology?
Yes, I been uh, active in church all my life, youth, all the organizations in church. I'm a minister in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, known as the AME Church. I joined the ministry, or applied for the ministry, in 2004, and I was ordained in 2006. In our ministry, we are called itinerant ministry, which means you are sent around. So my first appointment was in the Makwaland in Lutzville, and I believe that was the 3 best years of my ministry, because it kept me grounded. Because I had to drive there, didn't get paid. People struggled there, but the hearts of the people. So I will drive back on a Sunday without any money, but with a pumpkin and a pocket of potatoes, a baked bread, and really that Lucho, the Namakwaland, taught me to be grounded. Then I moved to Strand, Parkwood for 5 years. My last appointment was at Beacon Valley in Mitchell's Plain, which I had to leave when I was when I was appointed to join the training. At the church, as I say, I've been very active. I've represented the church at the International Youth Conference in Miami in 1999.
Nice.
I represented the church as a lay delegate at our general conference in Indianapolis in 2004.
Wow.
Just this past weekend, I was elected as a second alternate to the general conference, which is next year in Florida.
Wow.
So yeah, I enjoy what I'm doing. I believe in bloom where you are planted. So wherever you end up, do something there. Yeah.
Wow. What is that one characteristic that you have that has made you climb up this ladder from teller all the way to vice consul? What's that secret?
Yeah, I would say give your best and hard work, but it wasn't always easy because working for so long at some stage you felt stagnated, and at some time, as I said, people that I've trained have been promoted above me over the years, but I had to be patient. And whilst being patient and waiting for my breakthrough to come, I had to give my best, because if you go and sit down and sob, you will become negative. Yeah. So I believe in staying positive and always looking at the bright side of life.
Yeah, so I mean, like nowadays, we in this generation where I think people, I think 4 years ago it would be you stay at the job for 5 years and you move on. And I think now it's moved on to what, 2-3 years?
2-3 years, yeah.
So what do you tell someone that's in a position like 2 or 3 years at the company and they see, but there's no growth, people aren't looking, like people are not watching me, I'm not growing. What do you tell someone like that?
No, honestly, I'm encouraging the young ones now to move.
Okay.
Because remember, we became in our comfort zone, especially in government. At that time, people thought that government is this thing. The only thing that government is giving is job security.
Okay.
So I would encourage the young generation, if there's opportunity, to move around. If look at the risk factor also. But if you can move around for something better, or also sometimes move out of we were here in Western Cape, we were based in Western Cape, and there was no way of moving to another province. Things have changed now, so I would encourage to move. But if you stay, invest and give your best while you are there. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the big goal? What's the big dream for Chris Samaai?
What I'm doing now, diplomacy. It is something that I'm dreaming of for years.
Nice.
This is something that I always say to myself, this will be my end in Home Affairs, to be deployed. Whilst being there now, I see something totally different, that the road haven't end for me here. I see myself ending up at the United Nations.
Wow, nice.
I'm studying further. I've been studying public administration. I'm planning to go further in international relations. So the opportunity is there, and the world is waiting. Yeah.
So do we have aspirations to become a minister?
Not necessarily a minister. No, not a minister.
Okay. Yeah. So so when you on the outside, what do you tell people about South Africa? You're on the outside, you're seeing inside news, international news views. Like, what's your view on South Africa?
South Africa, where we have come a long way, and I think there was a lot of progress. There was done. Bad factors is individuals. We had now a situation just now recently with a tax on foreign nationals, whereby we who was at the embassy, especially we in Kinshasa, we had to close the embassy for a week. We couldn't go out on the on the streets, so we were actually in sort of isolation. And I think our conduct in the foreign country portray what the country is, because we are there, we are representatives of South Africa. So whatever you do in your job, even in your social conduct, people see South Africa in you. So it is a small contribution that we do. We cannot account for a whole country, but with through our conduct, we can let people see a difference in have a different view.
So you can just answer them honestly as quick as possible. Supper with 3 people, dead or alive. Which 3 people? They could be dead. They could be dead or alive. Who would you invite?
Okay. I have 3 friends that I would.
Okay.
First one is my friend Ayanda. Bam, he is now at the moment in Umtata in Eastern Cape.
Okay.
Other friend of mine is Simpiwe Otto. He is in Johannesburg. And then a lady friend of mine, Charlene Crowley. She's staying in Strand.
Okay, cool. So, are we married? We're family? Or
Not married.
no children?
No children.
Wow. Okay, so it makes it easier to live abroad.
To live abroad and pack up and move. Yeah.
If you could play in any band or music or sing with someone on stage, who would it be?
I'm actually a lot into gospel music. Okay. So if I say a band or a choir, it would be the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir.
Okay, okay, I heard about that already. The last movie you cried in?
It must be something Tyler Perry.
Okay. Is that your actor?
Yes, Tyler Perry. All his movies, African American movies, is my type. When last did I cry often at movies? Yeah, but I can't recall now. But I really do cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you watched that movie of that exonerated 4 from America? The guys that were put in jail when they were younger, and then they were found.
No, I've read about it, but I haven't.
It was a series, I think,
yes,
but very interesting. I didn't watch it. So give me a pinch myself moment in your life when you thought, yo, Chris, this is really happening.
The deployment to the foreign missions. We were 62 officials countrywide, nationwide, that was selected to be trained for 3 months.
Okay.
Then within that 3 months, we were always being informed this is no guarantee that you will be deployed. But I went to the training, and I said to myself, this is mine. The door is open, and I'm walking through it. But still, you don't know for sure, and don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
So when I received my appointment letter that I was appointed to the DRC. And a country that wasn't one of my choices. That was really a moment for me.
Okay, cool. What did you tell your 20-year-old self?
Where was I at? 20.
You were working for Home Affairs.
Yes, I was already working for Home Affairs. I think 2 years. I would say for my 20-year-old, you should have studied.
Okay.
Because what happened, I got a job at 18, so didn't study. I only studied very late in my life. Still busy studying now. So I would tell that person, you should have studied.
Okay, perfect. Nice answer. Who's your inspiration? What inspires you?
People that makes something out of nothing. I believe that your circumstances, where you come from, it doesn't determine where you are going through. I was born in Lantana, the last street, which was called the Gat. And then I grew up in Dallas, the flats in Dallas. My father passed on when I was 7. People tend to say, because I didn't have a father in life or I came from there, I cannot make it. To me, that is a push to go higher. So I believe my personal motto is nothing is impossible. So I always strive for the best.
Wow, nice. What is your fondest childhood memory?
We are a very close family, children. So we also did everything with my mother. As I said, she was a single parent. So she would take us out. We used to go to the merry-go-round, where the Boland showgrounds is now. So we would go for the whole weekend's merry-go-round, and the evening it's, what do we call that, cars?
Bumper cars.
Yeah, no, bumper cars.
Go-karts.
No, the car races, man.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it was on top there.
It was a top. So you have
Yeah, I know what you're talking
from
about.
Friday to
Yeah.
Saturday
Wow,
you
I
have the
forgot about that,
merry-go-round, and the evening is the car the car
Wow.
races. So we used to spend lots of time there. Also go to the beach as a family, spending weeks
Okay.
there camping. Yeah.
Okay, so it's mainly family time.
Yeah, family time.
So
Yeah.
how many brothers and sisters are we?
We are 3.
Wow, 3.
I'm the youngest.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, and they're all in Paarl or?
They're all in Paarl, yeah.
Nice, okay.
My Rashul.
Yeah.
Rashul is my eldest sister's.
Okay.
His
son.
mom is my eldest sister.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Wow, nice. So when you leave Earth one day, who do you want to be remembered as?
Somebody who made a difference to somebody. I believe that when people speak of me, they must say, may he be blessed, not be cursed. Because some people, when they refer to some people, then it's with a curse. So I got to make a difference in somebody's life. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 20 youngsters sitting in front of you, and they come to you and they say, Chris, how do we become as successful as you? What's your advice to them?
I would tell them the truth that it wasn't easy. Nothing in life comes easy. Be honest. Do everything with honesty, integrity, and give your best. Don't keep go back. Give everything your best, yeah, and go for every opportunity. Don't let anything let you down, yeah.
Yeah, Chris. So I think those are all my questions.
Are we done?
And hopefully we see you sitting on that round council at the UN representing South Africa one day. I mean, thanks so much for your time. I'm sure we're going to chat, and it's nice meeting you finally.
Thank you, Miles. Nice meeting you too.
And yeah, just once again, thank you for your gesture last 2 weeks ago, Saturday. It's really, really appreciated. But yeah, I'm sure we'll chat again.
Yeah, it was really our pleasure, Miles, and keep on with the good work. You're really doing something good in the Paarl region, uplifting our people, giving them hope, and celebrating people. That's to me, it's something very, very important. So keep it up.
Okay, thanks so much, Chris.
Okay then.